The old station lay deserted. No trains, no people, only the whistle of cold wind and the distant ringing of the old station bell. Ravi, a young photographer, and his friend Pooja, a history researcher, had come to the station that night. They had learned about an old train, discontinued years ago, which had suddenly been sighted again at the same place. When they arrived, a black, iron-wrought vintage train stood silently on the platform. A rusted sign above it read, "The Final Station." Pooja whispered nervously, "Ravi, this train isn't on any timetable. It doesn't appear in any records." Ravi smiled and said, "That's what makes it exciting. Just wait. Photos like these go viral." They entered the train. The moment they stepped in, a strange chill washed over them. The seats were torn, the walls stained with black marks, and the air reeked of rusted iron. Whispers echoed faintly, not from any visible source, but close, as if someone invisible was murmuring nearby. Suddenly, a man appeared from ahead, wearing an old, tattered ticket checker's uniform. His eyes were completely black, no whites, no blinking. An eerie smile lingered on his lips. He softly said, "Tickets, please." Pooja, trembling, replied, "We just came to take some pictures." Without blinking, he said, "Once you board this journey, you never get off. Welcome to the final station." And in the very next moment, the train started moving on its own. The doors slammed shut. The platform disappeared behind them. Outside, only dense darkness, so deep that through the windows they could only see a black mist and silence. Ravi and Pooja looked at each other in panic. No driver, no staff, just them, and one terrifying shadow after another. They began moving towards the next compartments, each one more horrifying than the last. In the first compartment, a man sat, his throat slit, but he kept laughing. In the second, a woman stood screaming, "Where is my baby?" But her face was upside down, her neck completely twisted. In the third, a child sat. "Brother, shall I tell you a story?" But in the very next second, his eyes turned blood red and he began to scream. Pooja's face turned pale. She stammered, "Ravi, these aren't humans. These are spirits. This train belongs to the dead." The train picked up speed. Now, bizarre shapes started dancing across the walls. In one compartment, they found an old, burnt photograph of themselves. Below it, the date, 1956. Ravi picked up the photo and said in shock, This is us. But how is it so old?" Suddenly, the same ticket checker appeared again, but this time, his voice echoed through the entire compartment. "You are now part of this train. Until the next station, you cannot leave. And the next station is very far away." As he said this, the train jerked to a sudden stop. Outside, no station, just darkness, like the shadow of a broken platform and the haunting sound of an old bell. Ravi and Pooja stood up, but their bodies slowly began to dissolve into mist, as if they too were turning into a memory, a photograph, the next ghost story of this cursed train.